back again for part 2 of this month, I guess. You never know with me. Could be 5 videos or no videos for 3 months. It just depends on what I got going on. Alrighty. Next there's a couple of promos. This one is Armored Saints Isolation promo. 12-inch single, I guess. I think it's just both the same song. Isolation and Isolation from the Raising Fear album. Nothing too fancy there. This is a cool one. It's not very expensive, but you just don't come by them. And that's Loudness is Crazy Nights. What's it say? Orient yourself to Loudness, Crazy Nights. And then it has the whole write-up. It's a promo copy for Crazy Nights promotional sale only. So that was pretty cool. You just don't see them much. And, I paid a little more for this one, but it's in great shape. It's faded white, but what are you going to do when it's from like 1985 or whatever? And it's the same song on both sides. All right, next is another test pressing. This is a test pressing of Within the Fire, which I've talked to you guys about as well. I've been pushing them for a long time, actually, between, oh my God, I think of the original name. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. I have the CDs, begins with E. Inertia. I put their, now, currently spinning CDs on Instagram, and the bass player, Joe, right there, he contacted me out of the blue and, just basically thanked me for showing Inertia and that, and this band, and told me that this was going to be coming out in vinyl, which was awesome. Because basically this band is Inertia. They just added a second guitar player. And this is a New York band. That's why I knew about them, because I've seen them a lot in the early 90s back home. Great heavy metal band. Inertia or Within the Fire. I don't think they put any Inertia on. I just have CDs. I don't think they ever went on vinyl. I hope he does. But I don't know how that label thing works. But this is a test pressing of the Within the Fire. What the fuck is it called? My God. I don't know. It's not written down here, but this says test pressing. So it's a test pressing. I think they got a couple on. Oh, and he also has a music. He produces stuff and puts out stuff like Echo Soul, which I'm going to show you. And he has his own label called. Damn it! I'll tell you in a second. Anyway, the test pressing. But the cool part about this is it's cool to have a test pressing of Within the Fire. Cool part about this, generally you're lucky if you get a cover with a test pressing at all. If they do, it's just something they throw in or not. But, this is the album cover for it, right? There it is. And I wanted to make sure I said his label. Animated Insanity Records is what it is. Okay. Anyway, so as you can see, that's the album cover, right? Oh, I just ruined that. It is literally a leather sleeve that him and his wife created for the test pressings. It's real leather. How freaking cool is that? I mean, seriously. It looks like an album cover. If I hold that bitch up, you can't barely tell unless I start shaking it around. That is so cool. Yeah, granted, you could put the album in there, but it's just a cool little promo kind of thing, man. I thought it was really cool. That alone was worth buying it. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. So that's another test pressing I got. All right, Exalt is this is a reissue. I think first time on vinyl, if I remember. Heavy metal. Very Christian based somebody, I gotta show you this stuff because there's a lot of people who've never seen this band. But it's, you know, Rocks Records. I think this isn't Rocks, I'm sorry. This is Retroactive. This is this year release. I think it's out of 100 or 200. Lyric side, band side, and a small collage of things. But really, really good stuff. They put out a couple albums, and they put the other one out on vinyl too, but I didn't get that one yet. Since you can't get everything, man. There's just so much stuff out there anymore. It's, you know, so I'm pretty sure that's out of a 200. Might be 100 because it's not an album that will sell very well because most people don't know the band. Sorry. I usually don't put these back on camera, but I got too much shit laying around. Alright. Barren Cross's fourth album. This is Rattle Your Cage. This has a different cover. This is the first time on vinyl. Sounds phenomenal. You guys aren't aware of Barren Cross. They are a heavier hair metal. Mike Lee, the vocalist, sounds like, to me, he always sounded like a hair metal version of Bruce Dickinson. So glad to have this on vinyl. And I think, again, this is out of 100 or 200. I usually know this stuff, man. But like I said, this stuff is sitting so long, I'm forgetting what's what. Deliverances, What a Joke. I'm pretty sure this was the last one that needed a vinyl reissue. Or first time on vinyl. Love these guys. I don't care what era of the band it is. I love them. One of my favorite early thrash bands. Of course, as they progressed, they got more progressive, like, you know, like Operation Mindcrime-ish and stuff like that. He does have a Jeff Tate higher vocal range sometimes, not as high as Jeff, but it sounds like Jeff. And again, I think it's 100 or 200. This might be 300 because Deliverance sells well, and it's on this crazy green vinyl, which, you know, mimics the actual title, What a Joke. But there you go. That's cool. Great band. Great underrated band because they're Christian metal. And God knows everybody, not everybody, most people bypass Christian metal bands because they're too busy getting caught up in the lyrics. A lot of the lyrics isn't really heavily Christian driven. This one I just picked up for cheap. It's just called Hard 2. And it just has bands on there. It's like a comp. And it has, see, the Headpins, Blackfoot, Ted Nugent, The Hunt, Riot, Motley Crue, a band called More, Bodine, Vandenberg, Kicks, Axe, Gamma, Riff Raff, which is why I wanted an MC5 rather. So it's a kind of a strange mix of bands, so kind of why I grabbed it, and it was super cheap. So Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is, I mean, I've got so many copies of his albums, but I actually sent somebody VCLT a while ago, and like I said, I have a couple of copies of each album of his, and I had a promo of this before, and I sent them a copy, and I grabbed my gold stamp promo and sent it to them, didn't realize it, so I wasn't going to ask for it back. So Jody Watson, his channel, I'll link his channel down below. He has a sizable channel too. He sent me some VCLT, which I've got a video for. I haven't posted now that I'm thinking of it. And it's a gold stamp promo. And when I told him the story and he asked me about if I wanted it, I'm like, yeah, I definitely want it because I gave mine away. So it's a little rough, but, you know, promos generally are. And I'll take anything. Every time I see Vaughn in the store, it comes home with me. This is another one he sent me. And this is a really, I can't remember where he's from, but it's an EP. It's a 6-song thing. It's Marzi Montazeri. It looks 80s. This is like from 2017. Guitar player, I forget what band he's from. God damn it, I hate when I forget stuff. Anyway, it has Tim Ripper Owens on here doing the vocals. And this is some pretty good shit that I've never heard before. And he found a bunch of these, so he asked me if I wanted one. I'm like, yeah, Tim Ripper Owens? Yeah, I definitely want it. And it is, don't judge the cover, because the cover doesn't do it justice. It's such a very, very, very good release. Has, obviously the Judas Priest kind of vibe to it from that era, from the Ripper Owens era. Very good album. Like, I'd recommend this highly if you can find it. I didn't know it existed. It's just dumb luck that Jody found a couple of them. And then he also sent me Electric Sun, which features Oli John Roth. What else is on here? I can't even say the other guys' names. I don't know. But I don't have any Oli on vinyl, so this is cool that I have. So I need to get the other two albums. Thank you, Jody. Paul Gilbert's new solo album, Werewolves of Portland? Werewolves of Portland, yes. Now, it's Paul Gilbert, fantastic guitar player, one of my faves. It's on, but it's not metal. There's some shred moments in there, but it's very funky, jazzy, fusionist-ish. Hard rock in there, a little bit of metal runs and stuff like that. That's Paul Gilbert, and I love Paul Gilbert's playing, so. And he's a wacky dude in general, so. The Anthrax reissue of Fistful of Metal. This is the only one I don't have an OG of. So I figured I'd grab this one. It's on pretty vinyl. This one's on like red splatter, black splatter vinyl, but I don't mind red when it actually fits the damn album. But it's like a blood red with black splatter. Super nice looking pressing. But anyway, Fistful of Metal, we all know that album. That's with the original singer. Here's that band I was telling you about. You can Echo. I think this is out. Echo Soul. It's like a progressive metal, not like deep Dream Theater progressive, but a heavier, epic metal. I don't know how to put it. It's the best way I know to put it. But is it Ripper Owens on here or Blaze Bayley? I can't remember. There's a couple of singers on this. It's kind of one of those project albums, but it's so good. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find out who. Pretty sure it's Owens again. Credits. There we go. Yeah, it's Ripper Owens. I can't read the rest of the names. Owens sings on 2 songs on here, but the singer, the general singer, is very, very good too. And this is the inner sleeve from this No Dust Records and Animated Insanity Records. I mean, they do a killer job. Nice covers, matte covers, which I really like those matte covers. I think there was 100 or 200 of these. I think there is 200 or 300 of these. I mean, the label's out of them right now. They have a gray silver pressing too, which I know that was out of 100 or 20, I don't remember. But I got that coming as well. Great album. I mean, I love this album. Without Ripper Owens, the album is fantastic. And it's Echo Soul, just like it sounds. Echo and Soul. The album's called The End of Darkness. Usually 18 to 20 bucks. That's the good thing about their records. They don't, 18, 20. There are short print ones like Within the Fire's Fire Orange one that I have. It's out of 100, and I think that was only like $25 or $24. The Within the Fire black label, black vinyl pressing is $18 or $19. So cheap prices and phenomenal music. So it's worth every dime. John Norm's second, third favorite guitar player. I have all the OGs of his stuff, but I can't resist. This is the Total Control, his debut album, debut solo album. Great album. I think this is 1500. Yeah, 1500 pressed. It's on a pretty silver marble vinyl, but it's music on vinyl. Yeah, there you go. It's music on vinyl. Sounds freaking awesome. I don't know what the number is on this. I think it was pretty low. Yeah, I got 197 out of 1500. I don't really care. I mean, it's cool to have, one or the last one. I don't care. Otherwise, I just want a pressing of it, and these go kind of quick, and they're pricey as it is. So the only one my favorite number is 11. So I always want that number first, to be honest with you. All right, a couple of Mama's Boys vinyl. I just never find their stuff, so both of these came up. Power and Passion and Hard Way, right? Going Up the Hard Way. Irish band, three-piece Irish band. To me, they've always had a Zebra vibe to them, Triumph vibe. Not as high vocals as those bands, but some of the stuff sounds like, especially like their what's the newer album? This is the newer of the two. This one, you can tell the commercial was kicking in, commercial hard rock, but killer stuff all the way through. Underrated band, one of those bands like Slade that should have been more popular, and just a great band. Cheap, you can usually find them for $8-10. Revolution Saints, Light in the Dark. This came up super cheap, so I grabbed it. This is the not Night Ranger, yeah. Was it Jack Blades, Doug Aldrich, and Dean Castrovilano. I don't know how to say his name. But, Night Ranger sounding, that type of hard rock, verging on metal. Doug Aldrich, great guitar. Dean, great vocalist and drummer. And, of course, Jack Blades, bass player and vocalist as well. Great stuff. I think it was like $15, and that's usually a $20-25 album. Oh, this one here. This one here. So I haven't been able to get out for RSD due to my health issues. I can't stand somewhere for 12 hours, and I can't exert myself for extended amounts of time. So I've been missing RSD left and right. I mean, I barely go to the record stores anymore because I can only go for a little bit of time. I can't stand there and flip for 2-3 hours, which kills my soul, but I just can't do it. I'm not going to die over records. Anyway, the last record store date, it just passed in July. There's a lot I want, but there's only one I was like dying to get. And I knew it'd kind of be regional. So I just gave up when I figured I'd chase it afterwards if I could find it. Initially, they were going for way too much, because of the scalpers and this stuff. But then, very good buddy Tim, has basically been somebody I talk to constantly. And Tim is Highnoon's vinyl. Tim said he got one and he was sending it to me. Meant a lot to me. It's Striper's goddamn evil. I think there was 1,200 or 1,500 of these pressed for RSD. He got one and he decided to send it to me. The best part of this story is that somebody wound up sending him one he didn't know about. So karma kicked in right away for him, and that makes me happier than me actually having it, because I feel bad. I've given up albums for people and stuff like that, but that's just how I am. I don't you know, I don't ask for things from people and stuff like that. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. Means a lot to me that he did that. Comes on this pretty blue vinyl. And this is actually a very turquoise color. It looks more blue on there, but in person it looks stunning on the camera actually. But in person it's got that green emerald glow to it too. It's just a beautiful press. It sounds good. There's an issue in the first song with the vinyl, but that seems to be pretty common with RSD stuff because they're rushing to do it. But thank you, Tim. I know hopefully you'll be watching this and see that I just didn't do a video for that. I opened it right up because honestly I was excited, you know. And but I appreciate that, man. That was heartfelt, and you know, thank you very much, man. Let's get out of here. Next is a band, German? Oh, man, I'm sorry, guys. My memory is just shot, and like I said, these sit so long I forget. Sonic Haven. I'm pretty sure it's a German power metal band. This is modern German power metal. Awesome stuff. Like, this is probably going to make my tops of 2021. You know, great pressing. Frontiers. Frontiers are starting to get more into the heavier metal, power metal, heavy metal side. Just great album. I highly recommend this. Sonic Haven, Vagabond is the name of the album. I think these are sold out. I think Amazon may have some, but it's on a pretty blue vinyl. It's double LP. Sasha Paith. Everybody who's a power metal fan knows who Sasha Paith is. I can't remember. This is a mixture of like other bands, so it's almost like a power metal, like a power group, a super group. But I can't remember who they are. They're not like well known. There it is. Yeah, they're like if you don't know hardcore, you know, power metal bands, you're not going to know who they are. I mean, but once, you know, I didn't know who they were. I'm not going to, I mean, there's one guy I know, but the others I had to look up because I'm like, I don't know any of these guys. And it turns out they were in other, you know, power metal bands. But this fantastic album. Fantastic album. I mean, I'd venture to say this will easily be in my top 20. I spin this a lot. These new freaking sleeves I got, they barely cover the top, and that pisses me off. You order that stuff. It's always you order from the same company, and then you get different sizes. Okay. Dokken reissued a couple of their later albums. I don't think any of them. No, none of them were on vinyl. Of course, and they released 1,000 copies, and there's 2 colors on each copy. I have the other 2, but they're not here yet. Actually, Jody Watson, who I mentioned earlier, he's like me. He's a massive Dokken fan too. So I ordered these right away when I seen the email drop because I was excited, and I forgot that Jody, you know, would want them too because we talk all the time. So I already placed my order, and I'm like, oh shit, I should have ordered, you know, another set. And so I contacted Jody, and I said, Jody, go get them right now because I don't know how long they're going to last. And so he went and looked, and then another album popped up, like I think a day later. But this time he told me, and he actually grabbed 2 sets. And then another one of their albums popped up, and he grabbed another 2 sets of them. So I paid him for those because shipping is cheaper just to go to one way, and then, you know, for me to ship to him and then him to ship to me. But anyway, I have the other 2 sets of albums coming too. I'm just waiting for the George Lentz new solo album from Rat Pack Records. We also bought that, so he paid for him to go to there. So once he gets that, he's going to ship them all to me. Anyway, a lot of yapping for what I'm about to show. It is Dokken's No More Hell to Pay. First time on vinyl, and there's 2 presses of it. I call them the Christmas albums. There's a red vinyl, which is cool because it's little touches like this that I find cool. The Hell to Pay is in red, 500 pressed. And then on the other pressing, it's green. And then I don't know, it's green. And I looked at it and I said, oh, it's the vinyl is based on the color of the title. And I looked at the other ones, and then all 3 albums are like that. So that's pretty cool. I know you guys are thinking I'm probably stupid, and I am stupid for buying 2. I don't need 2 of each, but I can't help it. Stockings, no more hell to pay. And the second part is you can generally only get these in, like, I think it was Nuclear Blast or something like that. I got that from Malone Records, and shipping's expensive. But if you get them here in the States, the few people that get them, they overcharge. I mean, they basically charge you for what they paid. But their profit is plus the shipping there, plus another $5-10 to ship to you. So it's like $60-70. All right. Like I said earlier, I showed you some albums. Some cassettes and CDs. And that's the band Silver Talon. They also released 2 vinyl, well 3, after I bought all the other stuff. They released a silver vinyl press. Doesn't come out till the end of the month, and yeah, it's coming here too. These are 300 pressed, and these are pressed on a really cool, so they call this one ectoplasm or something like that. Really cool looking. I would think this one would be the shorter press because the next one's out of 100. But yeah, fantastic band. Killer stuff. I mean, all 3 guitarists are just fantastic as well. Vocalist is old school. Sounds like a mixture of early Dickinson and a little bit of fucking Rob Halford and a little bit of Diano. I mean, all mixed into one, but a heavy metal vibe sound. This is another pressing. This, I don't know what they called this, but this pressing is only 100 pressed, and it's on this swirly green, emerald green with black smoke in it. I would think the other one would be called shorter print, but this one is, I don't know what it was. I got it on the sleeve inside, but I don't want to keep pulling that shit out. I'm already at 27 minutes, and I still got a ton of shit to show. All right, Wasps Dominator, right? Dominator, this is a repress like the Golgotha I showed you on my last video. It's on the black and red vinyl, 300 pressed. We all know that album. Banshee, this album is Mind Slave. Wait. Yeah, Mind Slave. This came up super cheap on Black Friday. It was like $15 shipped, so I bought the picture disc. Sounds horrible, but I love Banshee and I love that album, so it's just a collector's piece. There's a reissue of the early LA Guns, what's it called? Collector's Edition #1. This is very early stuff. Sounds really good. It's on blue vinyl. Found it cheap as hell, which is not usually cheap. The original pressing of this is like $600. So it was good to get a repress of that. Shit, man. I got too much stuff. This is the LA Guns, not the Phil Lewis Tracy Guns LA Guns, but the Randy Piper or shit, who is it? Kelly Nichols and Steve Riley LA Guns. You know, it's not LA Guns that you think of, but the album is very, very good. They actually lost the name now, so you'll never see a second LA Guns anymore. Tracy got it. But this album is really good. It's LA Guns, Renegades. Highly recommend it if you can find it. I know this is getting kind of pricey. I found it, again, very cheap like I found the other one. So I grabbed that too. A bootleg. I don't know why I bought a bootleg of this, but it was cheap. Black Sabbath, 7-star, right? 7-star, red vinyl. Havoc reissue of their EP. This is a cool vinyl, so I'll show you that. 30p. Vinyl is like a brown and beige and gray splatter. They're really cool. Sorry guys, I'm trying to blow through this as fast as I can. Where are we at here? We're at 30 minutes. Okay. I'm going to show a couple more because I can't do any more. We're going to be stuck here. The new Burning Witches. Witch of the North. Good album. This one's a little more commercial. You know, they get signed to those bigger labels, and then they seem to make the female bands get commercial, and I don't like that. But still, great album, just not as good as their past ones. I love the newer singer versus the older singer. I think she's got a more melodic voice. There are some heavy moments on here, and there's a great cover of, is it Motorhead or Sabotage, Hall of the Mountain King on there. But you would think a female vocalist can't pull it off, but she did. One Desires live in Helsinki. I can never say the band's name, original band name. Anyway, shit's falling all over the place. ALR, hard rock, hair metalish sound. Very good. Pre-Mades, made in Japan. This has the whole album, Future World album that they did live, plus a few other songs. Sounds fantastic. Ronnie, you can tell he's aged, but still holds his ground very, very well. Look, I love this press. I love this album cover. What we got? All right, I'm just going to stop it here, guys, and I'll have another one to do. But thanks again, and then we'll catch up real soon. The next time will be a lot shorter. Talk to you soon.